So, let me just mute this stream or start talking. I just got accepted through this program here, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy about it. And the way that basically works is this company called Buildspace. I've done some projects with them, not with them, with their site in the past. They pretty much teach you how to build things on Web 3.0, and I did a bunch of their projects, I think 3 or 4, and they were having this thing that I saw on Twitter, which is this nights and weekends project, and I decided to send my application because you have nothing to lose. If you fail, then I continue to do what I was doing, and if I got in, then obviously it's really good. And this pretty much changes everything for me. I was gonna focus on data structures and algorithms. I had the whole list and stuff that I was gonna do, but now obviously this is the main priority for me, and I'm gonna put that stuff on the side for the period of this project here. And so this is the last day that I'm gonna continue to work on LeetCode. I'm gonna do some linked list stuff. Then I'm gonna finish the book that I have as fast as I can. This starts next Thursday, so until then I wanna have everything that I was doing in relationship to data structures and algorithms done. Watch the videos on all of this stuff. And the way that this is gonna work pretty much is they're gonna help you, at least from what I've seen from the stream from Farza, they're gonna help you in the first week choose a project and then choose something to do, and then in the next 6 weeks you're gonna have to build the entire project and ship it, and the goal is to get real users at the end of it, and which is something I'm really excited about, but I'm at the same time I'm worried about because I have no idea how long it takes for me to build things. So far, the way that I did things was pretty much start doing it and seeing along the way if I can do it or not. And then if I encounter roadblocks, I search, and then maybe I stop doing that and do something else. But the thing that is different this time is that I can't really do that. And I don't really know for sure if I choose a project and I hit a very big roadblock in the middle, then it's a big problem because I probably won't be able to finish in 6 weeks. So I'm gonna have to think about what projects I'm gonna select to do on this, because ideally it's something that I can finish in 6 weeks. But at the same time, I don't want to choose something that is so easy that is kind of ridiculous, like building a simple game or stuff like that nobody's gonna use or is just ridiculous. But I'm not thinking, I think I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna select this project here because it's gonna involve machine learning and all of this sort of stuff, and it's probably gonna be way too advanced for this. So I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do, which project I'm gonna choose yet. And yeah. I was gonna say something more about this. So I think I'm not gonna choose. Ideally I wanted to do this one because it's the thing that I'm most interested in. But I don't think this is gonna be. I'm not really sure if I can make this in 6 weeks. Probably not, because it involves connecting the blockchain with machine learning and displaying the data and all of these technologies. And also the other thing that I was waiting to do was the test on data analysis, and I was gonna use this project to study for that test. But now I think I'm gonna take that test right away, maybe tomorrow or the day after, because since I'm gonna spend 6 weeks focusing only on this, then the time span to retake the test is 3 months. So if I fail, it's no big deal because I still have 1.5. After this, I'm gonna have 1.5 months, and then I can take it again. And right now I'm thinking about. So I had this other project that I did on stream, which is the NFT marketplace that I did for another company following the tutorial, and then I made a lot of modifications, and I was thinking about improving that, but I was delaying that because I had these other projects and the data structure stuff. So now I'm thinking about I'll either take that project again and change the smart contract on that, and then change the whole layout, maybe add a backend profile, and try to integrate Morales and make event-based and optimize to not spend so much gas on the smart contracts. So pretty much spend a lot of time improving that one, but I'm not really invested on that one that much because I don't really like. The only reason why I did that one was because it was for the company and to learn about Solidity more and to do a real project. But I'm not really invested on NFTs when it comes to JPEGs. I'm more invested in NFTs from the standpoint of integrating with real utility. So the way that I view NFTs is pretty much mapping the data structure space or the data information space with property. So the same way that we organize ourselves in space-time with property, that's going to happen on the digital space with NFTs. So NFT is going to be mapping the countries or different parts of the space, and the communication between machines, I think, is going to be done through NFTs. And that's more the long-term vision I have for this. But obviously, I can't do anything related to that in 6 weeks, I think, because it's just too difficult. So I'm either going to improve that site, or I'm thinking about creating a chess site for Web 3.0. So integrating chess with Web 3.0, I think that's a good idea. Or choose something completely new that I haven't thought about. So any suggestions that anyone has would be appreciated, and I'll take into consideration. And I think I'm going to start doing this probably tomorrow or next week or Sunday. And I'm also thinking about trying to build the chat site before this starts until Thursday, so that if I at least have a simple chat website by then if I have 6 weeks to improve on that, then maybe I can make it a lot better. And I can use it as a default plan, let's say, if I can't find anything else to do by then. Yeah, but that's going to be my main priority now, and I'm really excited about this, but at the same time, worried because I might not be able to, I might pick something that is too difficult, and then I won't be able to do in 6 weeks. But anyway, it should be a great learning experience, I think. And because of that, obviously I'm going to have to stop the data structure stuff. I might still do one exercise here and there, but it's not going to be my main priority by far. This Buildspace stuff is going to be my main priority. So now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to focus on these problems here again. I think I'm just going to look at the solution if I get stuck, because I don't want to spend too much time on this. And I also have all these playlists that I have to finish before Thursday that I was gonna watch. I have 2 other ones from Free Code Camp that will probably take 12 hours to finish, and then I have to finish the whole book as well that I have here for data structures and algorithms. I think I'm gonna do that. And then I think probably what I'm gonna do next time I come on stream is gonna review this other NFT marketplace contracts, see the difference between them and my contract, and then study the OpenSea NFT marketplace contracts, see how they structure things. I'm going to spend a lot of time doing that, maybe improve on the other project I have, change the smart contract from that project, and try to modify a little bit in case I want to use that as a backup plan for the 6-week project stuff. And then hopefully I will still have time to maybe try to build the Chaz website. I was thinking about building, before that, counting macros website, where you can design a diet based on calculations and stuff. And I was thinking about doing that as well, so might be a good idea to integrate that with. But that one, I'm not sure if I'm going to do, because it might be too hard. So I'm probably gonna study all this stuff next time I'm on stream, and also study the solidity documentation to understand better the stuff that I was reading on the other article based on the types. Maybe I will go back to the article again, the one that I was reading, and read the whole article again, because there's some stuff that I already forgot, and then I can read the documentation while I read the article as well. Yeah, but that's gonna be the main thing that I'm focused on, that I will be focusing on after today. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna spend here, but I'm gonna see, go with the flow, and put some music here. And I think I won't be able to understand this by today. I already understand linked lists, but the thing that I was having trouble with, which is the understanding the nested objects and how to approach problems that involve traversing to nested objects or modifying them. The thing that got me stuck previously, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, but maybe some other time. And this one I think I remember by memory, so it's not the same thing, but so if I use the same names, is easier, I think. So our currents next cross connect on next and currents dot next I think it's currents, and then currents equals next, and then you return prev. Yeah, but that's all by memory. I still don't understand how it works really well, but I think I'm gonna move on to the next one. And this one is probably the one that I'm gonna get stuck at because it's different at the end. So the first thing you have to do is create is low fast equals add on next. While slow dot next next. Let me print this low to see. Or maybe I should do middle because it's easier. And I'm gonna try my absolutely hardest, I think, on these nights and weekends project, because I think it's a big opportunity. But I can't control if I'm gonna be able to build something or not. It's gonna depend on how hard it is and the whole roadblocks I encounter, but it's gonna be a great learning experience, I think. And even if I don't build something or if I'm not able to ship it, I still think that it's gonna help me improve a lot on solidity and deploying stuff. So I'm very happy about that. So now I have to reverse this middle one. I think it's correct. Yeah. So now is the hard part that confuses me. So maybe what do I have to do here? So I think I will use the same name so it's easy to remember. And then previous equals none. Yeah, this part is the same, just pass there. Is equal to previous is equal to current, next is equal to current, or current is equal to next. And then you print previous. Yeah, so it looks like it's reversed. But I think here should be middle done next, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think now I have the middle, so it's probably right. But this part I don't remember really well. I know I have to create two different variables, but I don't remember. So maybe one should be, let's say, first, second. The first one should be the head, and the second should be previous. Or maybe it's head done next and the previous done next. And then while seconds. Then I create temp1. Temp1, I think he did it on 2 lines, if I remember correctly. Then first done next, second done next. And then first done next equals to second, I think. And then here I don't remember really well. I think it's first, second equals temp1, temp2. Something like that. Biggest issue is that I still haven't resolved the lack of understanding on the reference of objects. And that's the thing that is messing me up with linked lists. It just confuses me a lot. Let's see, temporary one is equal to the next node of the first. So I'm starting the second node, and then I'm making the second node equal to previous, which I think is correct. But then I should make second equals to something else here, maybe. Temporary one. And then I shouldn't return anything, right? Yeah. Maybe I think this first part is correct. And this one as well. So up to here I think is all correct. But then the last part here I don't remember if it is like this. Yeah, because I start the value of first done next, and then I make that value, which is the head, equal to the second. So I transform the value into the second one. And then I make first and second equal to temp1, temp2. I think I might make more coffee as well. I didn't sleep too much because I was so happy about that nights and weekend stuff. So that's why I drank coffee today. But I'm still kind of sleepy after drinking the whole thing of coffee, so I might make more. Thing is, I'm not using second here, so maybe I should do second equals something else before I do the temporary stuff. I don't think this is correct. Yeah, I got 1, 4, but then I missed the 2. It's because the second time I'm only placing the... I need a way to put head down next there. So making head on x equals to previous, and then you should make previous equals to... but I am making equals to... Maybe it's the other way around. You should make... let's just try and see what happens. If I switch, like... It's probably not gonna work, yeah. I think I'm missing one step here that I don't remember how to do. Maybe it was second equal to temp 1, or... But I remember also that in the end here, you make the two variables, you change the two variables. So maybe I'll just look at it.
Hey everyone, welcome.
I think I'll look at it and then I'll try to do the whole list again.
Until one of the pointers is quickly inserting.
Oh, it's second on next. No, I did that, I think. Yeah, next. Second on next equals temp 1. That's the stuff that I was missing, I think. So maybe this one is also incorrect. No, it has to be.
Merging operation. Now we just need to shift our pointers so we can say, okay, first is now going to be set to temp 1, second is going to be set to temp 2, and we can actually put it on the same line just to make our code a little bit shorter. So that actually is...
So what's different here? Maybe I made a mistake before that? First equals that, second equals previous. I was making previous equals load on next first. Obviously what I'm doing this time is not great because I'm just memorizing the stuff, I'm not understanding. But I don't have any time anymore to try to understand better. I think I did improve my understanding a little bit after struggling for a lot of time yesterday. And I think a lot of people don't understand this because they're not used to doing things like this. Which is sometimes you just have to struggle, and I think I've heard Andrew Huberman, which is the guy that has a podcast about biology and the brain, and he talks about neuroplasticity, and the way that it works is as you get older, it becomes harder to make new connections in your brain because it's already like you already have the built connections and pathways in your brain. The older you get, the more strong they become. So it becomes harder for... It is still possible, but it becomes harder for your brain to create new connections because it's like the connections you have pick up gravity, because if something worked for that long, then it's a lot more risky to change it. And it takes a lot more energy. So usually what happens if you want to learn something or if you want to change the neural pathways in your brain, you have to go through a period of struggle, and that's how you know when you're growing. So pretty much when you feel like you can't really do things, or it's hurting your brain or it's really confusing, that means you're in a good path, because it means that your brain is creating new neural pathways in order to deal with that adversity. In the same way that when you go to the gym, if you lift weights that you're used to lifting, you're not gonna grow because your body is already used to lifting those weights. Your body only adapts if it feels like it needs to, because the energy is very scarce in nature, and there's also a lot of risk into adopting different strategies. So your brain and your body only do things if you push it to do things. And that's why you should always be doing exercises that you can't really do. There's a little bit outside of your reach. And you should be feeling that sometimes, not all the times. That's why I did choose different strategies, because I think the best approach is a combination of both, where sometimes you take it easy and you just allow yourself to look at the solution or to give up. But sometimes you just have to struggle. It doesn't matter how easy a problem may seem to be. You just have to struggle through that, because that way you force your brain to not accept being on the same standard, let's say, and create a new neural pathway to learn. So even though it seems like you're not getting anywhere, your brain is adapting because it doesn't want to get stuck at the same point next time. But it's still obviously better if you have an understanding and if you're not focusing on memorizing stuff.
The entire code. We don't have to actually return anything, like I said, and you can see that this is very efficient.
So here I think I did the same thing as he did. The only difference is I didn't change here, maybe. Yeah, there we go. So I forgot this one and that one. And apparently this one is also wrong. Oh, it has no attribute next. And it's exactly the same as he did there. So what am I missing here? Oh, he did fast, I didn't mean. Okay. Oh, there we go. Nice. Yeah. Hey Epsilon, what's up, man? Exactly, yeah. But I don't have time right now. That's the issue. Because it's gonna take me a long time to understand this stuff. It's very confusing for me. The reference thing, that's the key point, I think. That is making it a lot harder for me to come up with the logic. Because the logic seems easy, it's not that hard. But even in easier exercises, it's just that it's not a logic thing that I can't come up with the logic. I see the path to solve the problem, but the issue is that when I'm thinking about how I'm gonna code the solution, how I change the reference to the objects and how that modifies the whole thing is messing me up. I'm not very good with the details. I'm more of a generalist, or like I'm more of a big picture type of person, not so much in the details. And I had trouble since the beginning with this reference thing, which is when you make an object or a variable equal to something, you're making that reference in memory, and then later on when you change that, it's going to change the reference again. And that causes problems because when you have the object, you might be changing one instance, but you're changing the other one at the same time. And it's very confusing to think about that, everything simultaneously. Same problem to everybody, not only you. Exactly. It takes time, right? You just have to practice and go through the struggle of not knowing what is going on and then improve on it. But do you think I should try different problems now, or keep trying to do the same ones and see if I remember how to do correctly. Because at this point, it's pretty much memory for me. I think I know how to do them, but it's just memory. You just remember because I spent so much time trying to figure out. No, but I mean different problems on linked lists, or the ones that I already did. Because this list here already did all the problems. Let's see. But that one, yeah. This one I remember by memory, pretty much. You just do this, and then currents, then x equals currents, dot x, current dot x equals prev equals currents, and then currents equals next, and then return previous. But this part here, it messes me up. I can't really understand it. It's just difficult to think about what's going on when you're changing these references, and it might be as well because I saw the solution the first time, and then instead of thinking through myself, I try to just copy, let's say, the logic that he applied. I didn't go through the steps of... But I remember I got stuck as well, and I tried to come up with the steps, and I just couldn't wrap my head around how it works. And I think the key here is that when you make this current equals to head, when you're changing the current, you're changing the head, and that makes it so that you're advancing in the list even though you're not changing the value directly. You know, a really good framework to study technical assessments is Joe.js. I never heard of that. Is it a real thing or jokes? Joe mama. Would drawing it all help? I think it's a preference thing. There's a time and a place for everything, I think. So it's the same with straps in the gym. Like, if you're always using straps, then you become reliant or reliable on the straps. So when you don't have straps, you can't lift the weights. Same thing with gloves. But sometimes it's good to use because it helps you push yourself further than you're capable of. And that's how I look at writing things or drawing. And it's the same thing that I did in college always, is that people usually, when they're listening to a lecture or something like that, they're writing things down. But that makes them not pay attention and makes them not try to understand, because your brain is always trying to do the easiest thing possible. So your brain always goes to the path that has the least resistance. So sometimes you just have to make the conscious effort to go through the pain, because that's the only way that you're gonna increase the neuroplasticity in your brain. And that's what trying to solve it in your head does. It increases your memory, because now you have to visualize, you can rely on the paper. And then if you can do that in your head, then it becomes a lot easier to do it on paper as well. Some problems require low-level code, so you can speed up the algorithm. Yeah. It's much more about understanding than... It's not about quantity, it's about quality, right? And I see this in myself as well. I just want to solve a lot of problems because it's an ego thing. You want to be better than other people. So you just want to flex, like, I did 500 problems, but in reality, if you do one problem correctly and you fix the way you think, then all the other problems become easy, because in your brain you understand the steps you have to take to solve any kind of problem that requires the same type of logic. Let me ban this guy that is spamming shit here. It sucked to me when I did the tech assessment with Chase in Java and I had the algo down, but I think my solution was too slow. Yeah, that's another thing that I have difficulty with. But I think the best approach that at least people say, is you should always try to do the worst solution possible first, because then at least you have something to work with. And my natural inclination is always to try to find the best approach possible, and then I ended up spending too much time trying to do that and not coding anything. So it's probably usually better to go for the brute force first and then code it out, and then after you're capable of doing that, then you'll move on to the more advanced stuff. Same thing with my database problem. I had an nested query when I could have just used the join. Yeah, I think that's the best. Yeah. And there's so much shit to learn as well. It can be overwhelming. So this one I don't remember really well how to do. Now I know from what I saw there that I need to create a different one. Here. And maybe create a dummy that makes equal to have, so that I change the dummy and it changes the rev by default, but the dummy value is gonna be different than the final list, I think. Oh, I have to move the cursor as well, I think. Then here I make rev. Actually I did the other way around. Should do like this. I think that's the way you solve it, but I'm not pretty sure. Oh. Attributable. Oh, it's like this. Creating a different node, not the value. So hopefully now it works. Maybe it should be nice. I'm gonna try this first. Doesn't work, I'll make it the next. So I'm missing the final value. Oh yeah, I had to do this stuff at the end. I remember now. Because one of them is gonna... If the lists are different... Actually, I'm updating one value at a time, so in the end I have to update both. Hopefully this works. Dumb it down next. Nice. Yes, nice. Yeah, I think this one I'm gonna leave it like this, because probably not gonna do it again. This one I'll save for last because it's the hardest one, I think. And this one I remember I had some problems as well, so it might take me a long time to do this. Oh no, for range. I don't remember really well how to do this, but I know how to advance one of the nodes by n amount, and then because that's the end range there, and then once that happens, I make the slow nodes slow.next equals slow.next.next. No, this was here. Or return heads, maybe. It's probably wrong, but yeah. I think it's not gonna pass all the tests because I'm probably forgetting about something. Oh, okay, nice. Passes. Yeah, the thing I had problem here the last time, and I think the approach that he took was different, is that if you have a list that n is equal to the length of the list minus 1, then when you do this operation here, fast.next becomes none, so it doesn't go through this loop here. And that's why I have to do this condition to return only the slow.next when you don't have the fast. But he does it differently on the video, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because it does the loop like this, and then it only checks for the right here, and then for... Oh yeah, it's because he's making... This is what's different, I think, in the beginning here. Already closed mine. Yeah, because I made it making them equal to the head, so when I change them, it's gonna change the head directly. But because he makes this dummy equal to a new list node that is a clone of the head, when he changes the dummy, it doesn't change the head. So it's a different thing, I think. But I'm not 100% sure about that. Yeah, because at the end here, and he returns dummy.next, and he changes left.next. And the way that I did, I'm making it equal to the head, so I change the head directly when I make slow.next equals slow.next.next. I remember that being something that it was a difference that got me stuck here, but I still don't know for sure if I got it correctly, so maybe I'll remove this and try it at a different time again. Just to, if I still got it. I think this one was the easiest one of them all. Just make slow and fast, and then you advance one faster than the other, and that way you know if there's a cycle, if they're equal. And if they get to none, that means that there is no cycle, so. And maybe this, I can make it like this. There we go. Okay, so probably I should make faster. It's probably this condition here that I'm messing it up. I don't think it's the logic in the middle. Slow equals fast, return true, they both equal to hands. Maybe we should make slow here. It has to be here, the condition. Maybe if I do like this. No. The easiest one turns out to be the hardest. What can I do here? So this part is correct, I think. This one is also correct, probably. Oh, it's probably because I have to do like this. Yeah, maybe that's the reason. I think I did this differently the first time. If I can't do it, I'm just gonna look at the answer. There's no attribute next. And then I'm gonna try different problems, I think. Yeah, there you go. Definitely messed this up, but yeah. I think I'll be right back.
Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's write some more LeetCode today. So today
We'll probably make more coffee soon, I think. And I also think I'm gonna buy a lot more books as well. Maybe 2 or 3 more books to help me with Python networks. Python networks and networks in general for hacking as well. And some stuff about operational systems and stack frames and stuff like that.
And we're going to be shifting our fast and slow pointers while fast.
So pretty much stack frames, objects, like understanding how it works on the computer better. I think a book about that would be great.
If slow ever reaches fast, then we can return true. There does exist a cycle, and you could pretty. So the solution is.
Yeah, so I definitely messed that up. Oh, so he puts the condition after. That's probably the reason. Yeah, because if you don't have the head or head on next, and he also didn't make head on next. But if you don't have the head, it's not gonna go through the loop and it's gonna return false. And if you don't have head on next, because it's also part of the conditions, also returns false. So this is unnecessary, and this shouldn't be here. Should be at the end. Nice. Okay. So now let's try this one, which is the hardest one, and then I'll go to this one, which I think I vaguely remember how to solve, but I'm not 100% sure. But this one is a combination of all the other ones, if I remember. So mid, pass, add, cosine, or it should be head on next here. This one I don't remember really well. No, actually, yeah. You make mid because mid on next. So you advance one 2 times faster than the other one. That way the other one is in the middle. Mid on next. Mid on next. Cause now our current. And now I don't remember really well. But I think it's first or something like that. And then here first, second, step 1 temperature. This part I'm not sure about, and I might have missed something along the lines here. Let's try. Or maybe this part as well can be incorrect. So it's probably this one. I think this part is correct. So current on next, then make next equals to previous, previous equals to current, and then current equals to next. I think this one I remember really well. I just don't understand it completely yet, but I remember how to do it. And this one I remember I messed it up in the first time that I tried this today. Because I didn't put equals me done next here. This one I think is correct because I'm getting the middle. The previous I think is correct as well. So it should be this line here that I'm messing it up. So what was it? Maybe it was second equals second on next. I don't think it is this because I'm already making it equal here. Yeah, if I make equal to first, then it creates the cycle. So it can't be that. Because I'm making first on x equals second, then making second equals first on x. I think it was something like second on x equals something. So I start, yeah, if I'm storing the value of second on x, it means that I'm gonna change it. But it shouldn't it be equal to the head? That's the thing. If I make head here, it probably doesn't work. Because it's the same thing as making it equal to first. If I make it equal to first on x, also doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to look. I don't remember really well. First, done next. On second. So this part I think I understand. It's making the head, the next of the head equal to the previous. So I have the head first, and then I'm gonna have 4 here. Let me just leave it like this and see if I get anything. Yeah. The problem is I need to make, after the head, I need to make head on next. But I'm making it equal to the next one here. So it begins with the head, and then the head on next becomes the second, which is 4. Then I need to make second on next, point to head on next. But I don't think it makes, because then I create a cycle there. If I do like this, doesn't make sense. I can try to see what happens, but yeah, I'm creating this cycle. And head.next I think is gonna be the same thing, because... So how do I add the head.next after the second one? Maybe I make it equal to temp1, but I'm already making it equal here. If I make it equal to first, also doesn't work. Maybe temp1. No, I don't think this... Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I think I'll separate 10 more minutes, and if I can think about it, I'm gonna look at the solution. Because I know that's the only line here that I'm messing it up. Or, I just don't remember how to do that without... And again, it's the same problem that I keep having, that I will have to think about eventually on how to solve that. How to understand better how modifying one reference is gonna change the other ones. Because I know I have to put the head on next. So I'm initializing with the head first, then I'm gonna make it the head on next equals to second, which is the previous, which is the end of the beginning of this here, that is the reversed list from the middle to the end. But then I need to make this second on next equals the next one from this equals to the next one from the head. That's the thing. But because this was changed, I can't make it equal to the first on next, because it's already the second. And if you create head on next or first on next, you just create a cycle because of this line here. And here I'm gonna reassign them to the next one to keep switching. Maybe we can think about this logic here. Next equals current on next, which is the temporary variable. Second equals current. What is current? It's mid on next. So it should be first here, if it follows the same logic here. But this one is done next there. Yeah, but this is gonna create the cycle. Doesn't work. Maybe, yeah, the second also. I don't think this works as well. Doesn't make sense. So what was it? Current. Make a temporary variable, pass that to previous. Or maybe is second equals first? No, but I think I have to make second on next equals something. Yeah, at least that returns something. Maybe second equals first on next. That'll probably create a cycle because of this, yeah. I don't think I have to change head as well. Yeah, I can't remember. Maybe it was previous. Yeah, but previous doesn't make sense. So I'm creating the connection here. It has to be temp, I think. Temp 1, but I also think this doesn't work. But I'm modifying here. Okay, so it works. Maybe it's that? Oh, here's fast instead of mid. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay, so I think I get it now. That's why I create a temporary variable. So don't get into the cycle there. Because if you just reassign, you just reassign the value of head.next to second. So if you try to make second.next equals this value, it just creates a cycle. So you have to store in a temporary variable so you can assign this value again, and then you reset and you keep going. But I just don't understand how it keeps going through the other values as well. I still have trouble understanding that, I think. Because I get that it changes two values at the same time on each iteration. Like it switches the link, but I don't, or makes the new connection. But I don't understand how it goes from that to the next other two. So maybe I think I will erase this and I'll try a different time probably. When I have time to do this. Maybe I could look at other solutions as well. But... And this one was really hard, so let's see if I can remember how to do this. I'm gonna erase everything. So now I have to make one here. Left and right. So I make a function to merge two different lists. Yeah, but now I don't remember how to do that. Because in the previous example I had the head to make both of them equal to the head. Well, they will be sorted, so maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, I create a different one here. These nodes, make it equal to empty. Create a dummy true. I think the reason why you create a dummy is because every time you change the value, it's gonna change the object. But if you make that object reference to this one, then you change this one contains the list. And this one is not gonna contain the list because you're modifying each time. So you need to make a dummy to modify the first one indirectly, I think. But I'm not really sure about that. So you create this function, then you have to separate the other two and call based on the middle, I think. So first you have to create a base case, I think.
I don't understand you sometimes.
Yeah, now is the part that I think I don't remember really well because
And we will break.
I'm passing two different lists, but if I get only one of them... Oh, but I'm gonna split the other ones
This is the beauty of our life.
into left and right as well.
A beautiful chaos.
Oh yeah, the other one I make it equal, and then I think I remember. Left hand side, then I don't need to create two, or maybe I do. Because this one I didn't try to do by myself, so it might be harder to remember. Miss right. I think I'm messing this up. So I think this should be probably like this. Hmm. But the idea is I have to split it in half. The list each time I call recursively, and I pass each half to this one, so this one cuts up the left side and this one cuts up the right side. I just don't remember really well how to do this. Maybe I should print this values to see what they give me. Yeah, okay, let me see. So I can't print this, let me see. Oh, here it should be left hand side. I think I have to put the south here, but I don't remember it all. And maybe now it will work.
What's that thing called when you meet somebody and you feel like you're walking on a cloud? And every step you made all your life, wrong or right, led you to this place right here, right now. You know, it's like when you were at work and you said to yourself, you know, I'm gonna have a good time tonight. I'm gonna go out to you.
Merge K this.
Or you put on your favorite jeans.
What the hell is this coming from?
You pull up to the club. It's a long line.
67.
Don't outside those doors. And you get that feeling all over again, and you get that chill up your spine because the DJ is playing your favorite songs back to back, and you're not in yet, but soon you know you're gonna be.
Oh, maybe it's because
What's that feeling called again?
the name of the list was changed. Merge K list. So in the test case it's not passing. And that's probably the reason.
And your family's there, and all those people that are experiencing the same thing that you are experiencing at that moment in time.
Missing one required positional argument, right hand side. Oh, I forgot to pass the south, I think. That's the problem. No? I don't remember. I think I'm gonna look at the solution that I had before. Just see what I'm doing wrong here. If I can go back to that point. Might be too far away now. I also didn't look at the solution from the other guy on this one. Oh, returned lists. Oh, okay. I see what I'm getting now. It's because I erased the original one that was asking, so it's passing lists and not. That's why I felt like there was something weird about it. Because I remember I didn't have to. Yeah, it's gonna pass a list of lists. Now I remember. Let me see if I think I'm gonna make some coffee and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see if I can code this up. And maybe I'll leave this. Or maybe I can try here, sure. And right hand side. I have to create a new one. This node as res.next goes left right hand side. As res.next goes left hand side. Side of next. Oh, I forgot the dummy stuff. This I think is correct to merge the two. If they're both sorted, which they will be, and then I'll think because I just saw the solution, I'll go make coffee and then come back and try to see if I can do it. But I think I remember the logic, which is just find the middle of the list and then you pass the left and the right on different recursive calls, and that way you split the list until you get to the final result, and then you call merge to list on both sides to merge everything at the end. And it's just confusing the order of the stack and the execution scope, which makes this a lot harder to do. So w.next equals right hand side. Yeah, I'm gonna make some coffee, more coffee, and I'll be right back. And I think after doing this, I'm gonna watch the video on linked list, maybe try a different problem that I haven't seen before. A medium one or even hard. And then I'll probably separate 1 hour for that, I think, and call it a day. And then next time that I'm on stream, like I said before, I'm gonna focus only on the Buildspace stuff and blockchain stuff, at least until the nights and weekends stuff ends. So yeah, be right back. Should I return? Um, maybe like this. The mid becomes live. This remainder by true. And now I don't remember really well what I should do here. Oh no, it's, yeah, it's like this. I don't remember the which sign it goes. I think this means that I'm gonna get, or maybe it's the other way around actually. Yeah. So I get from the beginning up to the middle, and then here I get from the middle up to the end. And then I call merge to this with the right and the left. But maybe this is wrong. Okay, so I'm missing one value. Hmm. I'm also missing the true there. So this one. If I do mine as well. Yeah, there we go. Hmm. So maybe, what if I return just lists like this? So the problem is they're passing empty list, but it should return the list with list of nodes. Yeah, it doesn't work. And why? If I do like this, why doesn't it work? It's because I have to return the same time, or list index out of range. Hmm. And if I don't do this, what happens? Out of range. So I need to return an empty. Or maybe, what if I just do return? But I think it's not gonna work as well. This is gonna say the type here. Oh, it works, nice. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna spend too much time on this. I think I'm gonna search for a new problem. And I'll try that one, and then if I can do it, I'm gonna look at the solution. Where is it? Doubly linked lists might be harder as well. Oh, here. I think I'm gonna remove the camera because I don't wanna open up the curtain there because of the reflection. Yeah, if I choose a hard one, I probably won't be able to solve it. But maybe I will learn the most trying the hard one. Link a list in binary tree, design browser history. I think this one catches my eye. I'll have you cache. I probably won't be able to solve it, but I think if I try for 1 hour and then look at the solution, might learn something useful. And yeah, after that I'm gonna watch the videos, I think. And finish this video, and then, or maybe I'll do this stuff off stream as well.
Specifically for
So let me put here. Design and implement the data structure for our least frequently used LFU cache. Implement the LFU cache class. In capacity, initialize the object with the capacity of the data structure. Int get, int key, gets the value of the key if the key exists in the cache, otherwise returns -1. So do I have to initialize this as a node? Probably, right? If it's linked lists. And it also needs to have a capacity. Yeah, how am I gonna determine the capacity? Yeah, this one is definitely gonna be hard. Soft of value, cost value, but it also doesn't have the value there, so probably it's not required. Maybe I can search on Google as well. Mend alpha class int capacity initialize the object with the capacity of the data structure. Int get int key gets the value of the key if the key exists in the cache, otherwise returns -1. Void put int key int value. Update the value of the key if present, or inserts the key if not already present. When the cache reaches its capacity, it should invalidate and remove the least frequently used key before inserting a new item. For this problem where there is a tie, two or more keys with the same frequency, this recently used key would be invalidated. Return the least frequently used key. A use counter is maintained for each key in the cache. The key with this malloc use counter is the least frequently used key. When the key is first inserted into the cache, its use counter is set to 1 due to the put operation. Key cache, okay. I think I'm not gonna do this. I probably won't be able to do it in 1 hour. So I'm just gonna search for how it works, and then I'm gonna look at the solution. I don't think I'm gonna spend 1 hour. I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna end here, and then I'm gonna study the other stuff upstream. Watch all the other videos I have to watch, maybe read the book. And tomorrow I will begin the studying for the nights and weekends stuff from Buildspace. Least frequently used LFU cache implementation. Cache algorithm is the least frequently used cache block is removed whenever the cache is overflowed. In LFU, we check the old page as well as the frequency of the page. If the frequency of the page is larger than the old page, we cannot remove it. All the old pages have some frequency, then take last. FV. First in, first out method for that, and remove that page. Data structure is a good option to implement this algorithm, as it handles insertion, deletion, and update in logarithmic time complexity. Attack can be resolved by removing the least recently used cache block. The following two containers have been used to solve this problem. Vector of integer pairs has been used to represent the cache, where each pair consists of the block number and the number of times it has been used. The vector is ordered in the form of a min heap, which allows us to access the least frequently used block in a constant time. Hashmap has been used to store the indices of the cache blocks. Yeah, it makes more sense to use a heap, I think, because of the min-max stuff. So I don't know why it's in the linked list there. Maybe it's a combination of heap and linked list, the solution. And this is in C++. It's parents, left, right. So assuming this is just creating the heap. Inserts, increments. For, let's see if there's a Python implementation. There's probably there is a. I think I've seen this before as well, this term, but I never studied how it works. But I'm pretty sure I've seen this in some libraries, I think, the source code. Or something similar to this. The cache decorator I definitely saw before in libraries, but it's probably the one that is the most used to memorize stuff. When the cache reached its maximum capacity, blah blah blah. Okay. So I'm gonna copy this and put there, see if it passes. Yeah, all right. Self.remain equals capacity. This frequency equals 1. Order dictionary. So creates the value for the frequency on the mapping. If the frequency is 0, updates to 1. Then increases the value. Now it's off. Return -1. So if it doesn't exist, return -1. So it's pretty much just using a hash map in the initialization, then is updating or storing based on the hash map. It doesn't look that hard, but I'm not sure what this has to do with linked lists. So maybe they want a different implementation there. Or maybe this is a linked list, but I don't, yeah. Because of the nodes here. Since each node is an object, so it might be the same thing. But I don't see how this one points to the other ones. So I think I'm gonna look at the solution and then I'm gonna stop here. And just study the other stuff off stream. Yeah, so they're doing a different implementation. This looks way too long, I think. It's probably not the best. And this one looks more clean. Kinda wanna see this one though. Whatever. So I think I'm gonna stop here. I'll probably come back tomorrow or Sunday and I will start. I think I'm gonna start by studying I'm gonna fork my own project, I think. This one, which is NFT marketplace. And I'm gonna see if I can make modifications. I think I'm gonna change the contract that I use for the marketplace and also try to change the network so it works on Polygon instead of Silo. And I also think I'm gonna read the documentation a little bit and also read the articles on the ones that I already read about the smart contracts from OpenZeppelin. And depending on how much time I take to do these things, I may or may not try to start another website before the Nights and Weekend starts, which is gonna be probably a chess website. But I'll have to think about it. And if anyone has suggestions out there, just let me know on Discord as well. Then I might take into consideration when choosing what thing I'm gonna work on for the 6 weeks. And hopefully I can manage to ship or to finish the whole thing in 6 weeks, which I have no idea if I will be able to, depending on how hard the project is gonna be. So yeah, see you then.